Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have a very skeptical thing going on over here. Now, as you guys probably know, Call of Duty exists. It's probably one of the biggest games in the entire gaming sphere, and over time, it keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But at the same exact time, there is a lot of really big concerns about the future of Call of Duty, Activision, what they're going to be doing. But one of the big things we're going to focus on right now is the fact, and this is both good and bad, so I want to hear your thoughts down below, that we're now seeing massive leaks of the brand new Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is, in all honesty, like, now that I'm actually kind of saying the title out loud, that's kind of ridiculous that we even have, like, what are these titles nowadays? But anyway, so first and foremost, the leaks are coming out. A lot of information is coming out too, and we're seeing a brand new weird trade-off. Where right now, a lot of people are still sticking and standing by old gen, to the point where up to 48% of the players that are still even playing Call of Duty are still on the PS4. So we're going to go talk about some of these leaks, talk about what's ongoing, talk about the future of Call of Duty, and at this weird standstill where it does seem like everything is still stuck on prior gen, and where it will never actually become current or quote-unquote next gen overall. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments and everything down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well. If you guys like the video, we do have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. If you guys are bored on Twitch, we're probably going to get, like, just baked and go and make crab or something. I don't know. If you guys are bored, say hi, and let's dive into the video. So, as you guys may saw throughout, I was just going to talk about throughout the week, we saw that basically there's been a huge push that a lot of prior old gen users are the active ones. Like, a lot of people moved to PlayStation 5. I'm on PlayStation 5. I have a PS Plus on PS5. But a lot of people are noting that, like, a lot of these PlayStation users are purely playing on old consoles. And also, similarly to as well, on the Xbox One, although not as high of a ratio. But we heard this news, we talked about this. This is like the part one of the bigger part two of this video. Or earlier this week, Sony made headlines for PS5s reaching 59 million units sold. Good number. Sony says the PS5 is in the second half now officially of its life cycle. Sony also said that PlayStation has 118 million active users, half still on the PlayStation 4. Get that? Half of PlayStation players aren't even on current gen. Now, we also have to factor in some other things, too, where the PlayStation 5, obviously, some people may not be using it actively. PS4 might be passive, people who forgot about over time. Well, there's a few bit of what-ifs, but all the active users are still actively on the PlayStation 4. And this led to a kind of a big discourse, where a lot of people are curious on, like, are people not moving over? It does seem like so. One of people can actually push for pure PS5. And at the same time, it's also lagging on everything else, because right now, we're seeing huge leaks that the next Call of Duty will be on last-gen consoles. Now, I'm going to probably take the stance in this video that I think it's bad / rough that we are not fully moving to next-gen, more so for the future of gaming, future of graphics, and basically always being held back to prior generations is kind of a hindrance when it comes to gaming. But my little asterisk on this, I do also understand there's a lot of people out there who maybe can't afford a PlayStation, maybe they're just parents and they just are just rolling with it until it's done, and they would want to play the new Call of Duty on those consoles, on the PS4s, whatever. Totally okay with it. If you guys are still PS4 users, Xbox One users, bro, I just like the fact you're playing games and having fun, and I kind of do like the fact that these companies are making it so you can still play these games. Like, I think I can mutually agree on both. I think it's nice that people can still play the games, but at the same time, I do kind of prefer if we made that next-gen push very hard, like heavily. We've had the God of Wars, Horizon's been kind of a talk for a few years, and we want something new. We want to push the consoles to the limit. But at the same time, I also am a still fan of everyone being able to play the games. But it does lead to an interesting discussion. It's like, when is that cutoff point? Because we've been discussing this cutoff point for a very long time. When does it happen? When does it begin? So I want to hear your thoughts. Like, are you guys frustrated? Do you guys care? So basically, information regarding this upcoming Black Ops 6 has now surfaced online. There's been a lot of leaks, specifically concerning the game's pre-order status at GameStop. In an image shared online, it appears that GameStop is preparing to accept pre-orders for Black Ops 6 on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series X consoles. That means they'll be appearing on a console that many have considered defunct almost 4 years ago when the PlayStation 5 was released. But this also once again goes back to the status, where we're now seeing 48% of these PlayStation players that play Call of Duty are on the PlayStation 4. That's why past gen isn't going anywhere, at least for Call of Duty, which makes sense. There's millions upon millions of last gen users. Call of Duty is trying to be the big blockbuster every year. That would make sense. But I do agree. Some people are saying, like, gotta cut off at some point. Doesn't look like anytime soon, though. They don't really need to worry about this too as well until COD Headquarters 2.0 comes out. I think they would buy the current gen consoles if newer updates and new releases for these big sales stop supporting them. You gotta pull the plug at some point. And I think this is an overall consistent vibe. I kind of would agree. Because, number one, I do want to still say this and stress this. I don't mind if people are on old gen or playing games. I think that's fine. Like, whatever. If it works, it works. Like, I'm not like some elitist being like, you can't get a PS5, you can't play this. No, bro, I want everyone to play the game if they can. Like, why not? I like the companies doing this. But I do kind of agree that the terms of forward moving and trying to get something unique and custom building like certain engines or certain graphics that can only be ran on the PS5 and onwards, or even PC, I think that is good, though, overall for the progression of gaming. So, like, I'm very torn. That's why it's kind of an interesting video topic to make. But a lot of people are out there kind of saying that. You even see some people saying, like, Rockstar is going to change that, make GTA 6 real. And that's why they're saying this is why both Sony and Microsoft are failing, because no one is wanting to move over. Because they have this fear of abandoning the profitability of the past generations. And it seems like they're afraid to. And, like, look, PS4 about to be sent to console heaven with that 300 gigabyte Call of Duty 2024 boot up. And, like, a lot of people are saying this is rough. But that's interesting, though. I still own a PS5. Looking forward to playing Black Ops 6. Still, it's crazy that that's the title, especially if the campaign is included on the PS4 version. Black Ops 3's Xbox 360 version was multiplayer only, no campaign. Wonder if a similar situation could even happen here. And then, like, this is crazy because some people are kind of against this. Because, like, some people are like, yeah, this console is immortal. Reassuring news for your PS3. GTA 6 will finally cause a full shift, but that'll be 5 years into the console generation. It's crazy. Like, they're saying, like, we should call for price cuts. We should do with all this other stuff. It's crazy to think that this is, like, still an issue. And, I mean, it makes sense. Like I said, I do like the fact that we're able to kind of let every gamer enjoy it. But man, there really has to be a cutoff. I mean, Call of Duty is the breadwinner, but once again, maybe more people would move over to consoles, the new gen consoles, if they did have stuff like Call of Duty. Like, it's a good point. Like, look at GTA. I'd probably buy a brand new console purely for GTA 6. I think a lot of people would. Some people are waiting for the PS5 Pro for it. So either way, Insider Gaming has now been able to verify with multiple sources that the image is legitimate and that Black Ops 6 will be coming to past generation consoles. As for why the image does not feature an Xbox One version, it's understood that the Xbox Series S and X version is a cross-generation version, meaning it will also work on the prior gen. So Insider Gaming also learned as well that Cerberus was being developed for past generation consoles in February 2023, but wasn't able to confirm whether it was final. However, after speaking with several GameStop employees and developers of the game, we can now confirm it's real. And here's the initial leak over here kind of confirming it. So here's the Call of Duty XS, PS4, PS5. And it's kind of crazy too because the price point's even the same. That's also, once again, kind of crazy. So I don't know what to really kind of think of this, because I've liked the games that are like Ratchet and Clanks, or like those brand new pure next generation games. They look phenomenal. They seem great. It's not the biggest deal to have to go in downscale resolution and assets, which is okay, but it's still crazy to go think this too. And well, at the same time, we also didn't know that Modern Warfare 3, which was kind of a flop, was released on prior generations. And it was nice. Like, a lot of people were assuming that was going to be the last Call of Duty title on old gens, but at the same exact time, they're still using the same engine for the Call of Duty game, so it could easily be ran on the prior generation. So why not? And for some people are saying that the game might be coming to Nintendo Switch 2 as well. They're assuming that this might actually begin on Nintendo Switch 2, which is set to launch. So in theory, we actually might go and see more information on this. But once again, a lot of these leaks are interesting. It may be coming to prior gen, but it just seems like we're holding on to prior gen too much. I've said it 4 times, just trying not to get anyone to hate me or leave me in YouTube comments. But like, I don't mind if old gen has it. But I do think at a certain point, in how a lot of people were saying on Twitter, is that there should be a cutoff point. And we don't know when that's going to happen. We hope it's going to be soon. But I'm a little bit excited for this Call of Duty. The Call of Duty 2 years ago was great. I loved it. Great campaign, good multiplayer. Last generation, horrible. Just being honest with you guys, horrible game. I hated it. I even made a hate video on it on my YouTube channel. It's not nice. So I'm looking forward to this, but I do worry because as these games get bigger, more grandiose, so cooler campaigns, better graphics, cool cutscenes, animations, whatever, over time, they will not be as cool. Like, they're not going to look nice, and if they have to hold back, it's going to ruin the experience for like the 60 million PS5 users. But I don't want to sound elitist or entitled or whatever, but it is crazy to go and see that so many people are still on the PS4. So is this going to be a big issue? Do you guys think this is going to be a problem? Do you guys think this is good, bad, or ugly? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments and everything down below. Swing by the Twitch if you guys are bored, subscribe if you guys like me, and we have the Twitter down below, and I appreciate y'all for watching.